We asked you a little bit about it yesterday, but what's the energy from the group today in advance of tonight's home opener, season opener?
Excited, but knowing they're prepared. I think us already playing Miami twice in the preseason gives you a clue of what we're going to see, what we're going to face. But these guys are excited to be in front of our home fans, in front of that crowd. It's a great energy that these guys have right now.
Do you have an update on Jalen and his status for tonight?
Jalen was able to go through the shoot-around, came up feeling well, so he'll be available tonight.
What do you expect him to start? How do you expect his minutes, and what's the plan there?
I'll let you know right before the game.
Thank you.
What's it mean to get him back on this process?
I can't tell you how good it feels to have him back on the court. Not just for us, but for him. I think his ability and what he provides for this team, his energy, his journey that he's been on, just to get back on the court, that's what we're most proud of for him. But then obviously the things that he does for us on the court are just at a different level, and we'll need that. And we're going to be smart about how we go about doing it. But just to have him back on the floor means the world to us right now.
Both you and him have talked about kind of the mental reps he's had to do, kind of watching on the sideline throughout most of camp. How does that translate into actually now playing, and how much do you have to kind of like ease that in with a new group and new lineup?
Well, we talked about it in our film room, like his ability to know like when he comes in, when he's coming out of the game. But that is actually the beauty of him being out for a period of time. Like during our scrimmages, during our practices, he was coaching a team. And so he's learning the game, understanding the game, knowing what he needs to do, how to talk to teammates, what timeouts look like. Like he was a coach in that moment, which allows him to be the coach on the floor during the game.
He's obviously had a couple practices playing with them now. How have you seen that translate into what you've seen in practices as you're ready for this?
Well, just his voice, knowing what that he sees as the point guard, knowing what guys are trying to do, the position to put guys in with different lineups and different combinations, just being able to see that and then communicate it to the guys as well.
So, obviously we talk about the players' growth all the time. How do you feel like you've grown as a coach going into the season?
The big part for me has just been to continue to lean in on the staff, to grow with these guys. They've taught me, not just our staff, but the players, but to lean and learn from them. They've taught me a ton throughout the years about what the things that they see, the way they want me to communicate with them, the way that I communicate, the way they communicate back to me. It's just been an ongoing process, and you never stop growing, so there'll be more throughout the year. But for me, it's just been the ability to grow with this group and them teaching me a ton.
What is it like waking up this morning knowing that the day is officially here?
It's exciting, but it's part of what we've said. No matter what happens in these games, it's about us getting better every day, following our process through and through. And that's what you wake up knowing. You have the same routine, you have the same habits that are going to continue to build towards championship, but it's always about getting better every single day.
How important are those habits it feels like I ask every year about the rookies and their habits, developing a plan. Just how important is that for a guy as like Jason and Noah to get that kind of process of the game day put in place?
Well, with those guys, we actually have the luxury of Jace being around it for so long as a young son of an NBA player, and then Noah, who's been a professional before, and he's out here on his own for the most part. But I really do believe they have a great sense of what it takes, and our coaches have done a good job of giving them certain keys of what they do on their days off, meal plans. We've tried to give them everything that they can have to continue to grow as professionals.
So talking about playing Miami twice, how much film are you pulling from those 2 days of preparation?
We look at some concepts and some keys that worked versus them, things that we need to clean up, and the 34 fouls and the 38 fouls that we gave them, to the free throw line. We look at those as key pieces, but for the most part, it stays with the concepts of how they play. And we've known Spo's teams are going to play a certain way, and you need to know that going into the game.
Do you get a sense, just from the community, about the anticipation of this season in general? Because it just seems very different.
There's a vibe. There's a definite vibe, and thank God it's a Magic vibe. Our guys are feeling it. They sense it. The energy in the locker room, the energy in the community. The other day we did the walkthrough with the new scoreboard and intros, and you can just feel the building. Even though no one's in it, it feels like there's a sense of something big. And I want to keep going back to it is a big thing, and we are going, and there's excitement. We have to continue to make sure we stay with the process of just getting better every single day. And that's what these guys will keep repeating and knowing that's what we're going to do.
You can't skip steps.
We will not skip steps. From day one, we will not skip steps. I'm glad you used that term. I won't use it too many times, but I'm glad you used it.
You mentioned Coach Spo,
Yeah.
who's named the head coach for Team USA. You work with him obviously with Team USA. What does that mean for him to kind of take charge of that program? And you have maybe a few players that could be on that team. You could be a part of that team. Who knows? What does it mean for Coach Spo to be?
He's earned it. He deserves it. He's been a part of it for so long. I mean, being with him in those meetings and being around him, coaching the select team, he taught me so many things when I was his assistant with the select team. Just his demeanor, his approach, his seriousness, his focus, his attention to detail, his tenacity and how hard he works. He's such a great person to take over, and being around him, you can see the humility that he possesses to be able to take that job on seriously and know the weight that it carries. But it's just great to see him get that, that nod.
Now with the Heat team, obviously it's a post-Jimmy Butler era, the Bam Adebayo era. What are your thoughts on that team overall going into the new look for them?
Well, like I just got done saying, it's a Spo coach team. So there's not going to be much difference. It's going to be physical. There's going to be different defenses. They're going to come at you. They're going to attack you. It's going to be a physical game, and he's going to change up defenses, change up offenses, but they're going to be in attack mode all night long. And that's the way Spo coaches. He holds them to a high standard, and that's why they play the way they play.
How exciting is it to have such a chess match on night one?
It's great. It really is great. I mean, you walk in every single night, though. There's chess matches every single night. We've got great coaches in this league. That's why you see that it's why it's so open in so many areas, because you've got not just great players, but great coaches putting game plans together that are trying to beat you.
Thanks, Ron.
Thank you all. Appreciate it.